everyone. Hello. Happy Wednesday. As you can see, I'm here with my air fryer toaster oven again. I'm actually going to, so the instructions for this book, again, we're using the America's Test Kitchen Air Fryer Cookbook. And so the instructions say that we're gonna air fry it at 400 degrees, but I'm gonna bake it a little bit first at like 350. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this to bake, and I'm just gonna preheat it a little bit. Just a little bit while we get ourselves started today. As usual, I'm super hungry, and I am making my quarantine kitchen version of lamb kofte wraps. So I was able to get delivered to me the ground lamb and some yogurt, and then I forgot about tomatoes, and I don't like raw onions, so we're not doing the raw red onions. But so as you can see, it's actually pretty simple. It's just going to take us a while to cook it, so we'll see how we fill time, if we fill time, while we are cooking it. And I have some grain-free tortillas that I'm using instead of pita bread. But we're gonna go with it. We're gonna make it work as we do. So I already have my ground lamb is thawed and ready here, and then I have some plain, not sweetened, not flavored Greek yogurt right in here. It says about half a cup. I think that's what I have. I ordered like 1 cup for delivery, like 1 cup, so I think that's like half a cup. More sauce, who cares? Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna work on the yogurt sauce first a little bit, because the yogurt sauce actually goes into our lamb mixture, and then we'll finish it up and turn it into a tzatziki sauce. So we need yogurt, mint, lemon juice, garlic, salt, and pepper. Okay, so I have lemon juice in the fridge. I had frozen mint leaves, and so I'm gonna grab that, and I already minced up some garlic. So let me grab my lemon juice and my garlic, and I'll chop up some mint. We're like at a weird setup today because of the air fryer over here is taking up space. So I have my cutting board over there. We're just doing what we can with the space that we have. This takes up a lot of space. It's all right. So I'm gonna grab my lemon juice and my mint leaves. Lemon juice, I'll put the garlic in here right now too. This is just 1 clove of garlic, all minced up, nice and tiny. I'm gonna add in, it's about 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. So I'm gonna go ahead and squirt that in there. I just guesstimated. Salt and pepper, and then I'll grab some mint and shred that up. And then maybe I'll move the camera down when it goes to mixing in the lamb, so you can kind of see what we're doing there. But that's probably a lot of pepper. All right. It's fine. Totally fine. Add some salt. And then let me grab the mint leaves. I'm just gonna shred these up by hand. I have some mint that I froze. It smells amazing. I froze it right from fresh. Yeah, it smells outrageous, and it reminds me of summer. I'm just gonna shred this by hand and put that into my yogurt sauce that we're making here. I don't even remember how much mint it says to add, but anyway. So by the time we are done mixing all of this into the lamb as we need to do, actually I'm gonna use my shears to cut them up, which I need to wash first. Hang on. Kitchen shears are great for cutting up your herbs. So yeah, by the time we're done mixing this all up, this oven should be nice and preheated. So we'll bake it for a few minutes first, and then we'll turn on the air fry so that it gets nice and browned and crispy on the outside. I made potatoes and Brussels sprouts in the air fryer yesterday. They were amazing. And I made kale chips on Monday maybe. They were very good. Still a little dark. I'm still like trying to figure out the right balance between exactly when to pull them out of the air fryer for the kale chips, but they tasted great, and they were so light, and I didn't put that much oil in them, because that's the nice thing about the air fryer as opposed to the oven where I felt like I needed a lot of oil to get them crispy. Otherwise they would just burn straight away. So just a little bit of oil. All right, just a little more of the mint. And yeah, I'm just snip, snip, snip. Nice and easy with the kitchen shears. Especially once they've been frozen, they're kind of like tough to both cut and to shred by hand. Like the texture is different because of the, I guess, the moisture that's retained and comes out. I don't know, I'm making this all up. Anyway. A little bit more. A little bit more. I don't want to waste the ones that I pulled out that have thawed. Okay, that's good. Oh, I had a couple pieces that escaped. So there we go. And I'm just going to mix this up. Make sure everything is evenly combined. Spread out all of that garlic and the mint. Right, there we go. Looks pretty good. All of these extraneous scraps. Okay, so let's see what it says to do next. Transfer about 2 tablespoons of the yogurt mixture into the bowl with your ground lamb. Add a little bit more salt and pepper, and then we're going to make the kofte pieces, which start out as balls, and then we make them like cylindrical so that they fit into a pita or a wrap really nicely. Okay, so I'm going to attempt to move this camera down without it falling, which is, you know, kind of the way things go. How's that looking? Okay. As you can see, I got my tongs here. They're ready for when I go ahead and transfer to the air fryer because it'll help us flip them over. So I'm just gonna go ahead, I'm gonna put a little bit of my yogurt mixture, about 2 tablespoons, into the lamb. Some salt and pepper. This just helps it's gonna be moist, it's gonna have a little extra flavor. A little extra salt and pepper, the meat needs it. Not that much. Okay. And I'm gonna go ahead and dig in with my hands and just kind of knead it together and just break up the lamb as well. Just make sure everything is combined. I can see that garlic working through here. You don't want to overwork the meat, like you don't want it to get, like apparently meat gets tough if you overwork it, just the same as like a bread dough or anything like that, so don't want to overwork it. It smells great. I just love, I can smell the mint working through, I can smell the garlic, and just the lamb itself too. All right, this is almost almost done preheating. I had it preheating for 10 minutes. Almost done with that. And then I have my air fryer basket right off camera over here, and it's already prepared and ready to go. So I'm gonna go ahead, and it says we should do 4. I'm gonna go ahead and kind of like split my dough here. Not very scientifically. I want them to be even. This one's definitely too big. Get that one. Let's see. Oh, a little yogurt over here. Let's mix that in. These are pretty even. I think this needs a little more. Okay, so I'm gonna roll them into balls just to make sure that they're all good to go. And then they turn into these cylindrical shapes here. And this will go right into the air fryer. Okay, so I'm gonna put that right on my basket. Next, roll it into a ball, make sure everything's combined, and then make your cylinder. Ooh, it's not ready for that, even though I just said I knew that the timer was gonna turn off. Okay, 2 more. This oven is nice and warm now, ready to go. All right, there's another one. I'm just trying to make sure that they're all the same thickness at the very least, so that they cook evenly. Even though some of them may be like longer or shorter, as long as they're the same thickness, that should be pretty good. Yeah, this is a big one. And try to make them the same thickness all the way through. So if you have a really fat middle, that's not gonna cook as well as the ends if the ends are too thin. So I'm gonna reshape some of mine because I think I didn't listen to my own advice, even though I was thinking of it. Like, that's a perfect shape. Okay. This one looks too much like a sweet potato. It's too big in the middle. So it'll cook faster on the ends. We don't want that. I'm gonna wash my hands so I can put this into the oven. There's a lot of like fat on my hands from the lamb and the yogurt, so I'm just trying to wash that off. All right, this can go away. And we're gonna go ahead and get this started. So there you can see they're all lined up on the basket and ready to go. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and turn this back on to bake for another 10 minutes. Then I'm going to flip them and air fry them for the last little bit. So here's my sauce. I'm just going to taste it. Actually, I have some shredded cucumber. That's how you finish it off. Not shredded, because I didn't read the instructions, so I diced it really thin. Because I was just thinking to myself, oh, I have to cut cucumber to make tzatziki sauce, and didn't read the instructions. And then as I was doing it, I was like, I don't ever remember a tzatziki that had lots of really big chunks of cucumber in it. So then I just tried to mince it really fine. Anyway, it's fine. I love cucumber. We're all good here. So I chopped this up really fine. I'm just gonna mix it in. Then I'm gonna taste for seasoning. I'll top my kofta with some of the rest. I also have a couple of slices that I've been snacking on all morning. Okay, so we're gonna taste this for seasoning right now, just to see, make sure there's enough salt, pepper, and lemon juice. Oh, this is so good. Needs a little more pepper. Definitely has enough salt. Oh, the mint is so good. Needs a little pepper. And I might cheat and toss a little garlic powder in here just to get the flavor of the garlic throughout and not just in the little chunks where the minced garlic is. I might cheat a little. Let's see. Just a little bit, just to add some more of the flavor, because right now there's just raw garlic in certain pieces, but I kind of want to get the garlic flavor throughout the yogurt. So again, I'm just going to mix this really well. Oh, my lamb's already starting to brown. Goes really fast, and I lined my drip tray with foil so that I didn't have to worry about the juices from the meat dripping all over my pan and burning. All right, let's taste that again. A little more garlic powder. Almost there. The pepper definitely helped. Oh, it's so good. You just kind of want to let this sit, and all the flavors are going to come back together, especially since my mint was frozen. I just want it to kind of come back to life a little bit. I love good tzatziki sauce. I had a really good friend growing up in high school who was Greek. She still is Greek. And she would always bring homemade tzatziki to like every gathering. Every time we got together, she would always bring it. And we even worked together a little bit as adults. And she also had these amazing family recipe brownies that were great. So between the tzatziki and the brownies, we valued her very much. Delicious. I'm going to put my lemon juice away. I've got my grain-free wraps here, so I'm going to start to set up my bowl a little bit, even though we have time, or my plate, really. Put this away. I actually might want to warm these up. I'm just checking on my, oh wow, this is getting nice and brown already. This looks great. You can see some of the fat dripping down. I mean, this looks good. I wish I could show you inside here, but there's no angle that would work for that. This looks great. I'm really excited. Okay. I want to warm these up a little bit. They're made out of cassava flour, so they're not, and they're tortillas, they're not pita, so they're not like soft and fluffy or anything, but we make do with what we can have. You can hear that sizzle. We got a good sizzle going on right now. All right, so I'm gonna grab a plate and I'm gonna warm these up just a little bit, and then I'll keep them there. Actually, why do I even need to warm these up yet? We're not even done. Timing is an issue in this episode of Book Cooks. How we doing? Got a couple more minutes left until we flip them. So in the meantime, I'm going to put this to the side and I'm going to bring out the cookbook again to show you as I snack on this tzatziki sauce. Oh yeah, we are sizzling. I don't know if you can hear the sizzle that is occurring right now as the fat is dripping from the kofta. That's another nice thing about the air fryer basket, is that nothing is sitting in its own fat, which allows it to get crispy. Okay, so yeah, so this is the recipe that we have today for ourselves. They might be ready to flip. I don't know. We'll see. There's also these lamb meatballs. Oh, let me see where I can put it so you can see it. This lamb meatball recipe with couscous. I don't eat couscous, so I probably would have used, would use cauliflower rice, but it's the same kind of deal. Yogurt. This has dill instead of mint. Garlic, cumin, cinnamon. Cinnamon and lamb taste great. Orange zest, raisins, toasted almonds. Those are for the couscous. So that sounds really good. We did the shrimp last week. Lamb sliders with apricot chutney. Oh, I think I mentioned this last week that I was thinking about doing this recipe. Look at how good these look. But I didn't want to make an apricot chutney, which is dried apricots, water, shallot, sugar, rosemary, lemon juice. So I mean, the only thing I don't have is dried apricots, and goat cheese. I didn't order any goat cheese. Or buns, slider buns. Oh yeah, our lamb's cooking really nicely. Ooh! Oh, it looks good. I'm pretty excited. Lamb chops. I've never cooked lamb chops before, but apparently you can do it in the air fryer. Pork kebabs. I think I showed some of this off last week, but you know, I like giving you a tour of the cookbook. This sounds really good. It's pork tenderloin with prosciutto and sage. This roasted bone-in pork chop, like all these things that you can do in the air fryer. Oh, this sounds really good. The Southwestern beef hand pies. And it says you can use a packaged store-bought pie dough, which is amazing. And it's filled with beef and Monterey Jack cheese, tomato salsa, oregano, cilantro, ground cumin, chili powder, garlic. Sounds amazing. All right, I think these guys are ready to be flipped. I can smell them, and I'll pull them out so you can see. Protect my surface here. Hello. Oh, it smells so good. I can smell a little bit of the garlic, but I can really just smell the meat itself, which smells amazing. Okay, there, you can see them. They look great. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and, oh, they're very soft. I don't know if it wants to be flipped. Okay. You can see the top is browning really nicely. They definitely need some more time to cook, but they're getting close. I can tell by this one that just broke open a little bit. I'm gonna flip them, and I'm gonna switch it to the air fry mode. Yeah, they're still really soft, but we're getting there. Flip them over. Come on, there we go. Woo, juicy. All right, so I'm gonna put this back into my oven. Where am I gonna put these? I'll put this over here. And I'm gonna switch it to air fry mode. And we'll let it go. All right, so I don't think I showed last week, but of course, because it's America's Test Kitchen, they always go over the method of how they tested the air fryers. And then here are these are obviously more traditional shapes or styles of air fryers, and it goes over what they recommend in terms of brand and features. So if you don't have an air fryer yet and you want an air fryer, you can definitely check out this book, because there are some good recommendations here. And of course, there's also consumer reports, which we can help you access as well. Apparently the Go Wise is one of their favorites, as is the Philips. It's interesting. This I love the review for this one. This is the Gourmia, and it says, "This hulking air fryer, which resembles a salon hair dryer, hogged our counters." Which, I mean, this guy hogs my counter as well, but you know, it is what it is. I'm just listening to this sizzle. And then it also talks about, while maybe you don't have a certain recipe, you're just looking for something easy to do, you can do things as easy as roasting garlic, roasting peppers, making croutons, toasting nuts and seeds. You can also bake cookies in here, make crispy shallots, or toast a burger or sandwich buns. So, especially for me, mine does have like a toast function and a bake function. I can do all of these things. The next thing I may want to make is chicken parmesan, or these chicken nuggets look so good. And I do have panko breadcrumbs, even though I'm not supposed to be eating them. This is sizzling away. All right. So now I'm gonna go ahead and heat up my, this looks so good. I just want to keep showing you the things that are making me hungry. So these are russet potatoes that have been sliced thin on a mandolin, or if you have some kind of shredder, or you trust your knife skills to get it thin. And it's just cheddar and Parmesan cheese, garlic, thyme, salt, and pepper. That looks really good. That's pretty amazing. I may have to try that. So I'm gonna go ahead and heat up my tortillas now. I am keeping an eye on my meat in here. I do like that I have the ability to, look and see what everything looks like here, as opposed to the regular air fryer units where it's kind of a mystery. Not that they're hard to just turn it off and pull the thing out and check, but you know, it's undisturbed. This is actually cooking really nicely. It's not burning. I think I've kind of figured out the air fryer a little bit more in the past week or so, as opposed to when I first got it. And I was like, everything's burning, but it does run kind of hot, and I have it set to 350. The book has it 400 if you're using a regular conventional air fryer, but I have it set to 350 right now. And I think that baking it a little bit first really helped, but I do have some pieces here that are crisping. I may flip them one more time. I don't know. Ooh, that looks so good. I may flip them once more. So my tortillas, I have them under like a steam cover, so they're just gonna stay nice and moist and warm in there. Check them. I think I want to check them. Let's see what they look like. Hello, my friends. Oh, it smells really good in here. Wow. Oh, and you'll see they're getting nice and brown from the air fryer. Wow, look at those. This is fancy. All right. I'm gonna give them a little squeeze so I can kind of check them for doneness. They definitely need more time. So I'm gonna flip them again and let them stay in there for a little bit. They definitely need more time. I can feel they're soft in the center still. Go. And I'm going to put that back on. on and let them go. Speaking of air fryers, I can show you what else I'm gonna make. Okay, so by now everybody knows that this is one of my favorite cookbooks. I always cook from like 3 cookbooks over and over again when I don't know what to make, and the Whole Smith's Real Food Every Day is one of them. So in the air fryer, I just got some fresh broccoli, so I'm gonna chop up the broccoli heads, do just a little bit of oil, salt, and pepper, and I'm gonna air fry them till they get crispy. And what do they go with? Just wait until you see this sauce is so easy. It's such a no-brainer. She has a really great section of sauces in here. The creamy romesco sauce is one that I want to try, but I don't have any roasted red peppers, so maybe I'll make some in here according to the America's Test Kitchen cookbook. Vegan pesto. This honey curry dip, which you need to get the cookbook to get the recipe, but it is basically just like mayo, curry powder, honey, and a couple of extra little things. But it is one of the best dips I've ever tried. I put it on sweet potatoes, I put it on vegetables, and it's just like a no-brainer. And it's one of the reasons why I like this cookbook. I've definitely used it a few times. I've made this, the sweet potato and sage zoodle sauce. I hear you sizzling in there. This is really good. I added a little apple cider vinegar to it because my sweet potatoes were very, very sweet. I'm gonna get my tortillas. Yes, so these are a little softer and more pliable now. When I take the kofte out again, I'll put it on the actual stove, so I don't need these here. Dripping and sizzling. I'm gonna need to clean this when we're done today. It's pretty easy to clean though. It just wipes down really easily, which is nice. I don't know. Okay, so I have this. If you have tomatoes and red onions, you will add those on here as well. I have some lettuce I'm going to go ahead and chop up. You'll hear me just chop it really quickly. After I put some things away, because it's a mess over here. Alright, so here's my lettuce I'm going to chop up. Just the remains of this little bit of lettuce that I'm going to chop up to make shredded lettuce. I guess I probably could have used some drained diced tomatoes if I really wanted the tomato aspect of this, but it didn't matter to me that much. And like I said, I don't like raw onions, so we're not doing that today. So we're just spreading that out a little bit. I mean, they're getting brown. Just want to make sure they're done in the middle, right? I'm really glad that I lined my tray with foil because there's a lot of grease dripping down. Welcome to this week's edition of Watching the Air Fryer. I have not decided what I'm going to make this week. I will show you the cookbooks that I have for next week and see if I can make a decision. What did I choose? I have 2 cookbooks, Vegan Comfort Classics to expand my mind here, and Easy Dairy-Free Ketogenic Recipes. I don't follow the ketogenic diet. It's annoying to me, but I try to stay grain-free, and a lot of keto recipes are naturally grain-free, and I try to avoid dairy. Obviously, I'm having yogurt today. Oh well. So naturally, a lot of grain-free things are ketogenic. Not all of them, but there's like this smoky, spicy chicken stew that looked really good. And then all the way, there's like an egg chapter here. Where is it? And there's one that's like a riff on egg drop soup, but it's like a breakfast soup. This silky egg breakfast soup, this might be what we do next week. It's just chicken bone broth, eggs, fish sauce, cooked chicken, sea salt, lime, and you can slice some scallion, cilantro, lime wedges. How are we doing here, friends? They're looking pretty close to done, actually. So I might do that next week. There are a couple soups in here. It is soup season. But there are also some desserts in here I might want to try. Are there desserts in here? I can't remember. There's some reason why I pulled this. Oh yeah, there's some desserts that I might want to try in the vegan one. So we'll see. Alright, let's turn this off and take a look. I'm going to give them a squeeze and see if they're ready. Oh, it smells good. It looks good. Can you see them? Oh, they definitely feel like they're more done now. Oh, look at them. They're so cute. They are cute, cute, cute. They feel pretty juicy, but they also feel pretty done. I'm going to pull it out over here and take a poke and take a look. Let's take a little poke inside. Ooh, they're so juicy on the inside. They are done, and they're, oh my goodness. They are so juicy. They have not dried at all, which is why I'm like, why are they still squishy? But they're done inside. And the air fryer with the convection baking also just sealed in all of the juice. This is really exciting. All right, here we go. I'm gonna unplug my unit. Just close it up for now. I'm gonna grab myself a kofte for each one. And they got so beautifully brown on top. Do you see that? That's amazing. So you could always flip them again and get the other side more brown, but look, the inside, they're perfectly cooked. They are so juicy, but they have a nice crisp on the outside from the air fryer. Wow. So then I'm just gonna drizzle over my tzatziki sauce. Drizzle. I'm just chunking it on. There's nothing pretty about what I do in my kitchen. Okay. We're just throwing it on here. We're just throwing it together. Like I said, at this point, if you want to add some chopped red onions, you can do that as well. Some chopped tomatoes. I'm going to sprinkle on some of my extra cucumber here. Why not? Okay. And I will move the camera up so we can actually talk face to face as I wrap up for today. All right, here we go. There we go. All right, hello again. Okay. Wow, this is amazing. And I know I've mentioned it before, and the reason why I got this toaster oven is because my oven is not that good. And if you've seen on some of the earlier episodes of Book Cooks where I'm trying to bake things, and I'm like, why is it not done? Because my oven just doesn't keep temperature. And this oven is even hotter than it should be. So if I was trying to do this in my oven, I don't even know how long it would have taken. But this, I mean, this is done. This is done, and it's crispy and beautiful. I'm like tapping the browning on it. It's amazing. So I'm gonna go ahead and just spread out my tzatziki a little more evenly across my kofte. And I'm gonna wrap it up and give it a taste. I'm so excited. Obviously, if I had this on a pita, it would be a little more authentic here, but look at that. That looks great. Okay, here we go. Ready? Hot. This is great. So you can see it's perfectly cooked inside. Wow. And it's delicious. I can taste some of the mint in the lamb, not just in the sauce. This is wonderful. And it's got a nice crisp on the outside. This is good. Wow, I'm like very impressed with how well this cooked meat. I mean, shrimp is easy to cook, right? You know, last week we did shrimp in the air fryer. Shrimp doesn't take that much cooking. It's so easy to cook. When you're doing a ground meat, you really want to make sure that it's cooked the right way. And I'm very impressed that you can cook meat like this in an air fryer. Wow. Okay, I'm clearly going to go enjoy the rest of my lunch. Oh, look at all my boxes behind me, how cute. I had grocery delivery and I bought myself 3 cookbooks today, this week, so, not today, this week, so, boxes. Yeah, I'm gonna go enjoy the rest of this lunch. Again, this is the America's Test Kitchen Air Fryer Perfection Cookbook. If you are interested in following along with the recipes with more precise measurements or finding more of the recipes or air fryer suggestions, this is a really good resource. And all of the recipes look absolutely amazing. So next week we might be making soup, we might be making something baked. I don't know, we'll figure it out. Maybe we'll use the air fryer again just by coincidence, who knows. But that's it for me this week. Don't forget that tomorrow at 12 p.m. here on Facebook, on Instagram, and on YouTube, we're gonna have our DIY air dry clay essential oil diffuser keychain necklace craft will be posted. And I have extras, so providing that I don't get snowed out tomorrow, I'm gonna leave some extra craft kits for curbside pickup tomorrow. If not tomorrow, I guess next week, but we'll see what happens. We'll see. Nobody really knows exactly what's gonna happen with the weather tomorrow, but I hope everybody stays safe and warm. And there are playlists on YouTube and here on Facebook with Book Cooks recipes, so if you wanna go back and cook yourself something delicious for tonight or tomorrow's snow day, take a look at all of those playlists. And that is it for today, so I will see you all next time. Bye!